Yes, big hello and welcome to Game 2 of the doubleheader tonight here at the Darwin facility. We see the Perth Wildcats taking on the South East Phoenix. Adam Gibson joining us, former Boomer, two-time NBL champ. Gibbo, you've just done the first game. It was a big win to the 36ers. Antonius Cleveland, boy, on fire early. 19 points in the first quarter. We'll get to that game a little bit later. But a big one today. It's been a bit of a contrast between these two sides so far in the preseason. The South East Phoenix yet to win a game in the preseason. They've lost all 4 games that they have played. A couple of the Jack Jumpers, and then, of course, the loss to the 36ers on Friday in Game 1 of the Blitz. And the Perth Wildcats, well, they've come out all guns blazing. A big win by 18 points against Cairns on Saturday night, and a couple of wins against the 36ers in the preseason. Perth looking good early.
Perth are looking unbelievable, and that man right there, Bryce Cotton, had one hell of a game. What do you have, 36 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. He was on fire for the Phoenix. Obviously they're missing 3 of their starters, Trey Kell, Ryan Brockhoff and Mitch Creek. So that's obviously a massive loss for them. You add them in, it's a whole different team and a different ball game. So obviously they're getting some time into their younger guys and some guys that will come off the bench. And obviously we would love to get a win at some point.
Of course, also a couple of outs for the Perth Wildcats. There'll be no Jesse Wagstaff again, still recovering from that hamstring injury, and the big import to Sean Thomas with that ankle will not suit up again tonight for the Perth Wildcats. As you said, it was all about one man though on Saturday, Bryce Cotton. Boy, did he make a statement for the competition. Only played the 31 minutes, and as you said, 36 points, 7 from 12 from the three-point line, 12 of 21 overall. It was a pretty impressive start, and he looks good again.
He's definitely not in pre-season form. He's in-game form. They run great sets for him. They have done for years. With John really taking over now, there'll be a lot of guard-focused offense, and everything runs through him. So the Phoenix will have a tough job tonight. I'm not sure who's going to step up and take that role. It's going to be a team effort, but someone better find him. Otherwise, he'll go for 40 tonight.
And of course, you mentioned a few of the big outs for the South East Phoenix. Ryan Brockhoff with that hamstring, believe won't be available for round 1. But Mitch Creek, your housemate, we're expecting him to be right. He's out with a foot at the moment, but all reports are he'll be right to play the season opener. Yeah,
he'll be fine. He's back in Melbourne at the moment, getting himself in great shape. He works his tail off, so he'll be ready. But yeah, obviously he'll miss these preseason games, which hurts the Phoenix a little bit because they can't get into a rhythm and their rotations, especially with the 3 new imports. So he'll be fine come Game 1, but it is disrupting their pre-season, that's for sure.
They have been struggling on offense, the South East Phoenix, so far in the pre-season. Of course, as you said, a lot of their firepower on offense not playing. So what are we looking for tonight from this Phoenix side? We know that Cole Adnam won't be afraid to shoot the ball, but who else, particularly with the starters, do you think can make an impact offensively?
Yeah, I think Gary Brown, he's shown some glimpses. What do you have, 10, 4 and 3 the other night. He's their leader. He's their point guard. Alan Williams as well. He's a big guy in the middle. 13 and 7, I think, last game. If he can stay out of foul trouble, he'll be key tonight for the Phoenix to try and get a win. So obviously Cole Adnam as well coming off the bench. Hasn't seen a bad shot, but he's in great form as well. So I expect Cole to come in and make an impact off the bench.
And there's a lot of hype too, obviously, around Luke Travers for the Perth Wildcats. Drafted by the Cleveland Cavs. He's going to play the season here, and he's just growing in confidence. He's already been impressive in some of his pre-season form, and as we said the other night against Cairns, the 16 points, 7 rebounds, 6 of 8 shooting, and he's just going to continue to get better. Yeah,
he's such a tough cover. Obviously, he's athletic. He can play above the ring. He can shoot the ball. Having been with the Cleveland Cavaliers in the off-season, it'll take his game to another level. Also been a part of the Australian Boomers campaign a little bit since he's been back. He'll have a great year and just another weapon for the Wildcats to help Bryce Cotton out.
Of course, the last time we played a pre-season tournament in Darwin back in 2009-2010, it was the Perth Wildcats who won that, and they're looking to make it 2 on the trot here, as we said, after a big win the other night against Cairns. The South East Phoenix just trying to get something going. Of course, there's going to be a lot of focus on the imports that are playing tonight. The Puerto Rican Gary Brown, the point guard, he's going to offer a lot of leadership, and he's going to have to run a lot of that offense. And, of course, the big centre, Alan Williams, the big power forward, who's been getting in foul trouble in his pre-season games. They really need him to play some minutes tonight.
Yeah, Alan Williams, it always happens when imports, especially big guys, come to the league for the first time. Getting used to new, how the system, how the game's played, how it's refereed and judged, and that's massive. So he's struggled with that a little bit. So if he can stay out of foul trouble, it'll go a long way to helping the Phoenix. And Gary Brown, he's been brought in to be a leader, to set the table, to get guys like Ryan Brock off shots and organise the offence. But he's shown that he can make plays and score and attack the hoop and get buckets himself. So he's definitely going to be an exciting one to watch, especially when the Phoenix get their 3 other main guys back as well.
Just one of the other players we want to focus on tonight for the Perth Wildcats is going to be Brady Manick, North Carolina college player who went to the NCAA Championship, was terrific in that game, and he's playing his first year as a pro. He's obviously going to take a little bit of time to get going, but he's got some talent. He's
definitely got some talent, obviously coming from North Carolina. What a great school to be at. His first game, a little bit quiet, 4 points and 2 rebounds. I think Keanu Pinder attacked him on the defensive end and really tried to make him play some defense and got him into some foul trouble. So obviously first year pro, he'll take some time to adjust to the new league and playing against bigger, stronger bodies. But they're obviously high on him at the Wildcats, and no doubt John really will get him into a great system where he can knock out some shots and make some plays for them.
And just confirming that Trey Cal will not suit up again tonight. He didn't play on Friday night. The reports were that he would, but he didn't play. He won't play again. As we said, Kyle Adnam had the 19 points in that 8-point loss to the Adelaide 36ers. They trailed by 22 at one stage in that third quarter. Then they got on a run, as they can do, but weren't able to finish it off. Junior Madut looked good. He had 11 points at three-quarter time. And Gary Brown had the 10 points, 4 steals in his 33 minutes. So they're going to look to try and get their first win of the pre-season, but it's not going to be easy against this Perth Wildcat side. Of course, under new coach John Riley. Third coach in 3 seasons, but what's he going to bring? What do you think they're going to play with the Perth Wildcats under John Riley? How will they play?
Obviously, when John played, he was a scorer, knocked down 3-point shooter. So guys like Bryce, Corey Webster back in the league, Todd Blanchfield, they'll love it. I would imagine there's a lot of guard play, a lot of guard action. Obviously showing that early or in the last game, Bryce Cotton going absolutely crazy with 36 points. So it's pretty ironic that John Riley's back there coaching Perth when those games against Townsville, knocking them out of the final series with Homicide back in the day. But he's been around his coach overseas, college level for a while and been a part of the Boomers program. So the real deal John Riley will be great for the Wildcats.
Well, all eyes will be on this man, Bryce Cotton. See if he can back up his performance on Saturday. There's Brady Manick, number 45. Todd Blanchfield will start. Luke Travers. And Majok only played a few minutes the other night, but he might get some more game time tonight.
Be interesting to see what lineup they settle with if Majuk starts. Toddy Blanchfield had a quiet game in their last game, so hopefully you can get a little bit more of the ball and make some shots as well. Obviously everything went through Bryce in their last game, but Todd's shown that he can score, especially in bunches. So hopefully he can step up tonight in this game against the Phoenix.
Starting for the Southeast Phoenix will be Grant Antasevich. There's Junior Majut in the 0. Ruben Tarangi, Alan Williams and Gary Brown. As we get set for this one, crowd getting into it. It's been great basketball so far, up in the top end. Great to see that Northern Territory government support the Blitz. We're all set. Second of the doubleheader tonight. It'll be Gary Brown who will run the point tonight. And he'll fire away first up. And here's Travis. Looking forward to seeing what he can bring tonight. Blanchfield has Manick from a nice cut, couldn't finish. I want to play a bit of up-tempo, the Phoenix. Tarangi called for the travel.
Great first play there by the Wildcats to get Brady Manick a look. Obviously, like he struggled in the first game, but to get him a flex cut to the hoop were a pretty easy layup. You'd expect to make that one next time.
Blanchfield left wide open. Here's Williams. Kicks it out into the corner. Anticevic will fire. The crowd still on their feet until Williams finally gets the first points of the night.
That's a big treble. Great to see Williams get a nice little rebound and a put back. That'll help his confidence. Like we said, he's been in foul trouble a little bit of late, so a nice little settler for him.
As we said the game earlier tonight, the Adelaide 36ers had a good win over the Jack Jumpers, 87-79. They've won both their games, the 36ers. Perth looking to do the same here. Williams again from the free throw line. That little floater goes and tries to get his own ball. Good hustle. And he'll get fouled. Good play from the big man.
I imagine the coaching staff of the Phoenix would have gone through some video with him, showing him some clips of where he was fouling, probably a little overuse of his body. So it's great to see him get a great little start here with a couple of low boards and a putback.
There's plenty of experience. Alan Williams has played over 60 NBA games.
Real character, I hear. They played down in Tassie, and Mum made sure to mention that he was like Hammer from the Harlem Globetrotters. Real energy kind of guy on the bench, up and about, full of energy. Just a real kind of spiritual leader for the team. So he'll be one to watch.
Former teammate of Mitch Creek, played together, bit of G League. There's Majuk, gets the finish, first points for the Wildcats. Here's Madut. As we said, was impressive in game one, Junior Madut.
Great young kid, Junior. Spent some time with the Phoenix early on and then went to college in Hawaii. He's come back a couple of years later and getting a start here tonight. So great to see him knock that shot down, plays with confidence, super athletic and get to the hoop.
23-year-old. First year in the NBL, and he's had a nice start. Another travel, so that's our third travel early. Both teams just trying to find their rhythm. Here's Gary Brown, the Puerto Rican national. Another one with plenty of experience. Anticevic, a good finish under the bucket. So Phoenix jumped out to a nice little start here. Travers at the lane, but an offensive foul is going to be called. Illegal screen.
You see how versatile Luke Travers is. He starts in the four, can guard bigs, but he's picking up the Phoenix point guard right here. So it's a great weapon to have for John, really. If you have guys who can guard multiple positions, makes defending a lot easier.
What are you expecting from Luke Travers? What level can he get to this season, NBL 23?
Oh, you'd hope he would look to dominate. Obviously, everything's going to run through Bryce Cotton, but he should be looking to be that second option. Like I said, the defensive end, rebound and running, and he should, I think, double-doubles for sure. 10-plus points, 10 rebounds, and that'll definitely help him get to the NBA.
Manek shows his range from the corner. Good for his confidence. Said coming off a wonderful college career, Brady Manek, the import. Anticevic will shoot again, and it's going to be a foul on Junior Madut. First subs are made. Kyle Zunic will come into the game. Played the 20 minutes the other night, had the 9 points.
No Mitch Norton suiting up tonight. By the looks of it, usually a starting point guard for the Wildcats.
Just getting the veteran ready for the season opener, which for the Perth Wildcats will be Sunday, October 2. As Brady Manick will fire again. A bit long on that one. Adnam checks in. Antisevic hasn't been shy early, but hasn't got his range.
I reckon Phoenix have had a game plan to go at Manick, trying to get him into foul trouble. I don't think defense is his strongest point, so Antisevic has had 3 shots, 3 attempts at him so far. I would imagine that was in their scout to look to be aggressive and look to attack him.
Zunic was aggressive there, and we'll get to the free throw line. Mitch Norton's out with a groin.
There we go.
So nothing too serious, we believe, but as we said, get him right for the season opener. I'll take on the Brisbane Bullets.
He's pulled the veteran card. That's smart in pre-season. Very cagey move.
Again, Antisevic looking to be aggressive, and again with the travel.
I'd love to see that again. It looked like a great move. 4 shots early for Grant. All word is he's a great kid, works hard, great rebounder, and shoot the 3. So good aggressive start by him.
As we said, scoring's just been a bit of an issue for the Phoenix so far this pre-season. Trying to find a bit of rhythm without a few of their stars. As Zunic, aggressive again, gets to the key. Wildcats in front for the first time tonight. Here's Brown. Good hands from Manick. Well, Brown will get it back and go for the reverse finish. Travers looking to be aggressive. Again, good active hands from Antisevic. And
Is that 6 travels?
that's keeping
5?
count. It's at least 5 in the first 5 minutes on world record pace.
Great to see Corey Webster back in the league. Flat out scorer. Him and Bryce Cotton, that's going to be a tough little 1-2 punch for the opposition team to defend when they start rolling.
A bit of a weapon, you'd think, for John Riley coming off the bench. You need some scoring power. You know, Corey Webster, one of the most talented shooters we've seen, playing for the Wildcats this season. Some good ball movement here from the Phoenix. Again, Antisevic just hasn't been able to get his range as of yet. He's taken plenty of shots. Corey Sherville enter the game for the Wildcats. Bryce Cotton yet to get going in this one. Here's Brown. That was a long way off. Cotton a bit frustrated, thought he was fouled. There's Corey Webster now. Manick thought about it, wants to get down low, use his size. And couldn't finish. There you go, the Phoenix in transition. Adnam rusty as well, so a bit of a scrappy start to this one. Nice up and under finish from Corey Sherville.
Simon Mitchell not happy there on the sideline.
I believe Simon Mitchell, Collingwood supporter too, isn't he? I think he might be a bit frustrated with the weekend. And Collingwood getting knocked out in the preliminary final by 1 point. So.
He is. It's a rough weekend for him. A little bit devastated in the group chat. A couple of sad faces floating around, but what a game that was.
Milner will enter the game for the Phoenix.
Bit of Spain action there.
Oh,
that's
Gary
nice.
Brown showing some moves. What a finish. Wow. Good backdoor cut, Webster. Good feed too from Ollie Hayes-Brown as Phoenix will swing the ball. Adnam will look to get inside and finish with the left hand.
Tough finish from little Kyle. He's a little fella, but he knows how to use his body, get into the paint and finish above bigger guys.
There's Ollie Hayes-Brown, who was really impressive in game one of this blitz for the Wildcats. And there's a three-pointer from Sherville. He's off to a good start. He's got 5 points early off the bench. Gives the Wildcats a 3-point lead as Smith-Milner's fouled. He'll get to the free throw line. Corey Sherb was one that we might see some improvement from. Development player 2021, played the 30 games and now he's seen himself elevated to the main roster and looking to get some minutes if he can keep up his form.
Solid young kid. He had a great year last year coming off the bench. Can knock down the shot. Solid defender. Great role player for them as well.
Local Perth boy. Tick under 3 minutes in this first quarter. Quarter where we haven't even seen Bryce Cotton take a shot. He's gone to the bench. Zunic will get some more minutes without Norton. There's Harris firing for three. Couldn't finish there, was young Owen Foxwell. Harris again looking to be aggressive. Now Tarangi, he thought he was fouled. And we might see Perth pull it out. Run a set, just get a bit of offense going. Here's Webster. Pulls up at the free throw line. His shot was long. Now Zunic will try his hand, and that's good. Started well, Kyle Zunic. Adnam again went with that left hand, couldn't finish, but good offensive board from Pino, who's on the floor as well. So they've got the rotations going early here to Phoenix. Zunic is trying to set that up for Hayes-Brown. Turnover. Adnam gets it to Tarangi. This time he gets the foul, but couldn't finish.
That's what Ruben does really well. Slasher, attacker on the hoop, loves a road runner. So when a guard's driving through, he'll follow right behind and just get on the hoop. He needs to step up a little bit, Ruben. He's been around the league for a very long time. He has all the skill, all the attributes he needs. He just has to be a little bit more confident and look to make some plays. So good to see him get on the hoop there and draw some fouls.
Third season, the Phoenix can have an important role to play only this year.
Solid piece off the bench, can play multiple spots. He's whenever he plays for the Tall Blacks, he always steps up and plays a great role there. Can play any position. If you can lock into one position and be comfortable there, you can have a real impact off the bench.
Bit of full court pressure here from the Phoenix, and they might get the ball back. They do. Simon Mitchell pleased with that. That's something he likes to go to, Simon Mitchell?
Yeah, I think that'll be a focus this year. You know, defensively the last couple of years, Phoenix haven't been that great. So with the new recruits and the new guys they've brought in, the new roster, I think they'll definitely look to get up the floor, speed the game up, get some stops in, and try really turn the heat up on the defensive end.
It does feel they'll focus a bit more on the defence this year. We know they can score, the Phoenix, never been an issue for them. Top 3 in scoring all 3 seasons in the NBL. They'll keep possession.
Bryce Cotton back in. We haven't seen him shoot the ball yet, have we?
I heard John really speak about finding ways to get Bryce Cotton open. Obviously, every team now puts a lot of focus into Bryce. Can get tough for him at times to get open. He's probably got a pretty good coach that can work with him there. John really was one of the greats.
If anyone knows how to get a shot, it's John Riley. But Bryce finds ways to get shots. Obviously, they run their offense for him, but he's so crafty, he's so quick, can make plays. Phoenix looking to hard show him double.
He wants to get the work here. How do you guard him? What is the best way to guard Bryce Cotton? How do you stop him?
That's a question that no one's been able to answer in the last 5 years. You try to nine the ball like Cole did there. You hard show his on balls or double team. When he's trying to come off pin downs and turnouts, you want to try to top block him and send him one direction so he's got less options. But like I said, he's so fast, he's crafty, he knows how to push off and get the ball. Once he's caught the ball, you almost have to send someone at him. You leave someone on an island with him one-on-one, and it's pretty tough to defend. So, yeah, that's been the question that everyone's been trying to work out the last few years.
He's surely the greatest ever import we've had, do you think?
He has to be up there for sure. I'd never seen guys like Ricky Grace and some of the older guys. Leroy Loggins obviously is right up there. But definitely since I've kind of been following the NBL and been a part of it, no question, hands down the best.
3-time MVP, of course, and was runner-up last year. Probably judged at a really high level. There's no reason why he won't continue to do what he's doing. Still only 30 years of age. And here he is at the last shot of the first term. And it's going to be a turnover, so it might be Tauranga here. He can finish, but good hands from Bryce Cotton. And that'll see us out quarter time. The Wildcats with a 5-point lead. Phoenix got off to a nice start and just struggled to finish that back end of that first quarter.
Contrasting game from the first one. Obviously it was high scoring, a lot of 3-pointers. This one's a little bit up and down, a little bit scrappy. A few turnovers, a lot of travels, obviously early on. Obviously with a 21 to 16-point lead to Perth. Not a bad shooting percentage, but I'd imagine the turnovers, if you can find those, they'll be fairly high, I would imagine, for both teams the first quarter.
So Phoenix will be trying to improve that field goal percentage as this game goes on. Of course, this is the second game of the doubleheader tonight. Earlier it was the Adelaide 36ers with an 8-point win over the Jack Jumpers. It was Antonius Cleveland with the 25 points. Set that one up. Lit the place with 19 points in the first quarter.
Adelaide, they look impressive. They got weapons all over the floor, 4 or 5 different options. Mitch McCarron, Sunday Detch. Obviously, it was Cleveland's night tonight. DJ Daniel Johnson didn't really make an impact. Franks didn't make an impact. They have so many weapons, so they're going to be fun to watch for sure throughout the season.
A couple of Wildcats off the bench that have got the points. Sherville and Zunic. We'll take a look at some of the first quarter highlights. As we said, trying to be aggressive early, the Phoenix, but they just missed a few open shots, and then as the quarter went on, Perth Wildcats took a bit of control.
Yeah, one from 6 from 3-point land. Someone won't be too happy about that, and 5 from 15 from 2-point range. Had some decent looks, they just got to finish them off, but the Wildcats, 7 turnovers with a 5-point lead. They'll be fairly comfortable with where they're sitting at the moment.
Of course, we saw that nice move from Gary Brown. He can bring a bit of that to the Phoenix this year. He's certainly going to add some leadership. So that down the stretch, he might be the player they go to, Gary Brown. Simon Mitchell thinks that he can close out some games. A clutch player. Of course, Puerto Rican international, plenty of experience.
That's definitely something the Phoenix lacked last year, was that closer, someone to control the ship, to get the guys in the right spots, to make plays. At the end of the game, you want someone comfortable enough and confident enough to be able to go one-on-one or to set the table and execute a play to get a great shot. And that's obviously why they brought him in and looking for him to do that.
Luke Travers back on the floor. Here he is, turned 21 only a couple of weeks ago. Again, Southeast Phoenix just a little bit too aggressive trying to guard Bryce Cotton off those screens. Young Owen Foxwell. Tough ask for the 19-year-old, but a great experience for him. Here he is again, going one-on-one with Bryce Cotton, who's got that step back from mid-range. That's nice. That's
really good defense as well. And something you just can't do a lot about that. Great offense, but great defense, but better offense.
Great opportunity for the youngster. Here he is now on offense, going at Bryce Cotton himself. And goes to the rim, finishes.
That's how you guard Bryce Cotton. You make him play defense the best way.
Here's Webster. Got Williams in the air, who was real conscious not to get the foul. And Webster, I think, has been called for the travel. So we'll keep tally. That's number 7 between the two teams. He doesn't think it was.
Oh, I'd like to see that one again. Looked like good footwork, so... Bit unlucky there for C-Web.
Here's Gary Brown again. Good feed inside at Tarangi. Again, cutting to the basket, as you said earlier.
Yeah, it's a bit of a favourite play of the Phoenix. Just get a middle on ball. The other guard comes to set a back pick. It's called Spain action, and then Ruben just moving off the ball.
Brady Manick, they're nice and aggressive. Gets the foul on Al Williams. As we said, been in foul trouble in all his pre-season games so far. Still just trying to find the pace of the NBL. Brady Manick, as we said, at an opportunity to play in an NCAA championship game. And now going to come out and play professional basketball in the NBL. Brown looking to attack again, gets to the basket. Couldn't finish, just enough of a distraction from Travers. Forced the miss, and now Cotton. Inside to Manek, good play.
Bryce Cotton starting to warm up a little bit.
The 21 points at halftime the other night. Just taking a bit more time to get into this one. As Foxwell shows some nice moves and finds Tarangi right open in the corner. And Cotton stripped. Antisevich this time, can he find his range? Still can't. Hustle from the Phoenix here, but they're still struggling with their field goal percentage. Good ball movement from the Wildcats, and that's bread and butter for Corey Webster. So the Wildcats have slipped away to a game-high 9-point lead early in this second term, so Simon Mitchell, not liking what he's seeing, calls a timeout. The Wildcats, you feel, just starting to get going a bit more in this second term.
They are, and the Phoenix, they've missed some great opportunities. Wide open three in the corner, put back, little mid-ranger for Gary Brown. obviously the 3 there from ground antiseptic. So you miss on one end, they make you pay on the other. And if you're going to challenge the Wildcats, you have to take those opportunities. They were able to rebound, run, move the ball. Bryce Cotton's come to life. He's drawing double teams, and that kick extra pass got Corey a wide open 3 in the corner. So great ball movement there by the Wildcats.
Of course, the Phoenix lost by 8 points to Adelaide 36 a few nights ago. And they are playing in the season opener. I'll get the NBL 23 underway Saturday, October 1 against the Jack Jumpers. It'll be at John Cain Arena. As we said earlier, Mitch Creek, we expect to be back for that. He'll play. Ryan Brockhoff, unlikely. And we expect Trey Cull to suit up. All 3 of them not playing tonight.
That's a lot of firepower missing from the Phoenix. Obviously 3 starters, 3 impact players. Creek's a 20-point-a-game player. So not have him out there as a leader as well obviously makes things a little bit harder. But you throw those guys back in there, and the Phoenix have a tough little lineup.
You expected them to be a bit of a tough start for the Phoenix just to get a bit of chemistry with the guys out, the new imports, just to try and find their rhythm as a team?
Yeah, I think so. They haven't spent really any time as a whole team together, on the court. Obviously, Creek's been out, Brockhoff's been in and out. It just makes it hard to gel with that chemistry. So it'll be a tough start, but they've got the pieces there to be able to get it done.
Of course, the Wildcats themselves have 3 big ins this season. Brady Manick, who's playing some good basketball at the moment, to Sean Thomas, their other import, hasn't suited up in the Blitz with an ankle injury. And Corey Webster, the veteran. So a chance for Foxwell again, who's shown some nice moves. We'll get the 1-2. Again, another pretty easy finish, and this time Williams should finish. He does.
He's a great kid on Foxwell, works hard, defense is his thing, up and in. He had a great end of the season, development player, got to play and play a lot against United now, our last kind of regular season game, and just does all the little things, so he's got a bright future.
Cotton gives it up to Webster. He takes on Foxwell, and then he slips and gets to the basket. Webster up to 7 points now. Here's Foxwell on the offensive end. Wide open in the corner. He's feeling good about himself right now.
He'll push for some minutes, I think, during the season. He's shown someone wants some defenders out there to come in and make an impact, and that's what he does. So I expect him to be able to get some court time, even though he's a development player.
Still only 19 years of age. As Manick thought about it the first time and then decided why not, and so he should. He's shown he's got the range from outside as Gary Brown goes coast to coast. So the points starting to flow a bit more in this second term as Webster couldn't finish. Blanchfield will give him another crack at it.
You can't give him that many looks.
Oh. Here's Brown, again looking to get up tempo. Madut. Now into Williams. That was a nice set by the Phoenix. And they're just missing some easy buckets. Leaving some points on the floor. As Webster will try his luck again. And again he's short. I'll get the offensive rebound.
Big fella with a handle. Little coast to coast. Little fatigue setting right now. It's a little bit sloppy. That's a foul.
That should have been a foul. It wasn't, but Webster will get fouled down low. Corey Webster playing some good minutes in this second quarter.
Wildcats with a 7-point lead.
Of course, tomorrow night, another doubleheader there at the Darwin basketball facility. The New Zealand Breakers will take on the Illawarra Hawks, and the Cairns Titans will take on Brisbane. But a bit of news for New Zealand, Gibbo, that Tom Abercrombie, that nasty eye injury, he's returned home to have some surgery. That's not pleasant.
No, it happened early in the game too. Big Baines just happened to catch him with an elbow, and poor Tom just can't catch a break. He's been kind of injury-ridden the last couple of years, and he was looking pretty good body-wise. So fingers crossed he's all good and his eyes okay. Obviously going back for emergency surgery. So thinking of him, tough break.
Of course, the Illawarra Hawks looked impressive the other night. The big three all played well. The Melbourne, Justin Robinson and Tyler Harvey and Froling all working well together.
Obviously a new look with Jacob taking over from Brian Gorgon, the greatest all-time, some would say, coach. Interesting to see how they're going to go this year, whether they run the same system, similar stuff. I imagine Gorge would have some kind of imprint on that club as well, so they'll be exciting to watch for sure.
Perth Wildcats will back up and play again Wednesday night against Melbourne United in their third and final game, as Webster knocks down both his free throws. Okay, back out to 9 points. You see the start flows on the court at the moment. Zunic, Adnan Mantasevich, Gary Brown, Pinot and Foxwell for the Phoenix. And they'll go down to Pinot. Trying to get himself healthy again for a big season as Foxwell takes that mid-range. Good offensive board from Mantasevich, and then just drop the shoulder into Sherville. Gets the finish.
Great rebounder, can shoot it through. It's good to see the Phoenix running some turnout action, some different stuff than they ran last year. Obviously with guys like Ryan Brockhoff when he comes back in. NBA caliber three-point shooter to go to get him looks. Some good offense that they're running.
Tech's being called. Technical foul.
Simon Mitchell not happy with the timing of that one. We had a fast break kind of opportunity and wasn't happy with that, but obviously John Riley's not happy with what he's seen.
That was on Majuk, I think. Just gave a bit of a spray to the ref after that move down low. We thought he got fouled from Pinot. Be good to see Dane Pinot fit and healthy and get a full season. And obviously had a horror run the last couple of years. Hardly been able to get out on the floor.
He's had a horrible run from his knee to his back. It works hard. He's the sort of player that just is the kind of glue of a team. Defends really well, offensive rebounds, just like that.
There he goes, offensive board.
If you ever want to get a shot and he's around, best player to get a rebound and kick it straight back out. You want to find the three-point line as soon as he catches that thing. But yeah, hopefully he can stay healthy. He's a big factor. The Phoenix don't have a lot of bigs, and that might be their one weak point is their big man department. So crucial that he stays healthy, and if he does, he'll have a great year.
Kyle Zunic still got the 7 points. Bryce Cotton just the 4 points for him. Obviously coming off the 36 points the other night. He was on fire, 7 of 12 from beyond the arc.
He obviously would have been a focus like he is for every team for the Phoenix. So you notice guys like Cole Adnam, Foxwell not leaving him, not giving him any space. They look to be double teaming and really playing him physical. So obviously 36 points 2 nights ago. He's had a quiet first half.
Just recapping earlier tonight, it was the Adelaide 36ers defeating the Jack Jumpers by 8 points. They've won both their games. The 36ers, as I touched on earlier, they look like they're going to be one of the teams to beat. It's a bit early. It's a bit hard with so many changes to all the rosters, but you're starting to get a feel watching the Blitz of which teams might be the top couple of contenders.
It's certainly early. I went early and said they'll be up there, but they can win a game in a lot of ways. They have a great defensive unit. They're versatile. They can switch a lot of stuff, and then the other end they have scorers all over the place. Cleveland just had a hell of a game this game. Franks, DJ, Mitch McCarron, Sunday Detch, they can all put points on the board. Craig Randall, so CJ's got a lot of weapons there, and like I said, a lot of different ways they can win a game. So they'll be very exciting to watch.
Of course, we know the Perth Wildcats will be a contender after missing the finals for the first time in 35 years. They'll absolutely be wanting to bounce back.
Little added pressure, you think, for them to make it back in there and get back into the finals?
Absolutely. I think there is. I think they absolutely expect to play finals every year, and rightly so. So John really might feel that pressure, but he gets some plays like that from Corey Sherville. He's shown a lot of promise in this first half. Leading scorer for the Wildcats. As Gary Brown gets to the paint, but
Solomon Mitchell's about to blow it.
oh,
There it is. There's his warning. Wasn't happy with that call.
we're down to the final 3 minutes of this first half. Perth led by as much as 9 points earlier in this quarter. Here's Cotton. That's a tough defence, but there's his move. Just rims out. Adnan happy to slow the pace. Anasevic been aggressive all first half. Got it to Pinot, who couldn't finish with the left.
They've left 10 layups,
haven't they,
out there, I reckon. Great move. Great cut to the hoop. Dane's got to finish that. Foxhill's had a couple.
Well, Simon Mitchell will be frustrated with the amount of shots they've missed in the paint, or would he be pleased that they're getting good looks, just not dropping at the moment?
Yeah, it'll be both. He'll be pleased with their looks they're getting, but at the end of the day, you've got to finish those easy ones.
There's another good look. Kyle Adnam, clever finish. They'll get it back to 4 points. Travers back out on the floor, yet to score. Might get an opportunity here. He'll step back and fire from long range. There you go.
Right
on cue. Brown, tough shot. He looks like he's got some tricks.
He does, and that's what the Phoenix need. He'll pick and choose. He'll set the scene for the rest of the guys, but someone that can break down his own man, go one-on-one, create a play, that's kind of what the Phoenix have missed for the last few years. So great pickup, and when you add those other three back in, there'll be a tough lineup.
The 8 points already in this game, 10 the other night, as Zunic couldn't finish. And they'll get another offensive board. Harris, he loves to shoot as well from long range. Again, another offensive board, and there's Travers. Nice feed from Majukas, then straight away, Gary Brown again. Gets to the paint, little handoff for Pino. Here's Brown again, and there's another travel.
Great shot there by Luke Travers. You know, I think he's got to start. Obviously, the scout probably on him is his three-point shot. You know, if he wants to make the NBA, that's something he's going to have to add to his game and be a consistent three-point shooter. So, no doubt he's working on it. That was a great look, but you know, for him, I think to take that next level to the NBA, he's got to be able to knock that down at a consistent rate.
Needs to keep being aggressive. We've got a timeout inside the last minute.
That's another travel.
That's
believe.
number 8, yeah. The Phoenix are doing pretty well on the offensive boards, but in the last couple of minutes they're allowing Perth Wildcats to just get those second looks, and they're eventually going to make you pay. 10 turnovers in the first half for the Perth Wildcats.
I think that's what's keeping the Phoenix in the game. Obviously, they're missing a lot around the hoop, but yeah, John really won't be happy with 10 turnovers for sure. A few breakdowns there by the Phoenix. You can't go under on Harris. He's a three-point shooter, and to give up an offensive rebound for the putback dunk by Travers, some won't be happy with those effort areas as well.
Just recapping for those that have joined us, Trey Kell, the new import for the Phoenix, not playing tonight, as is Ryan Brockhoff and Mitch Creek. Sean Thomas out for the Perth Wildcats. And Jesse Wagstaff coming up from that hamstring. Travers kicks it out to Zunic. He gets another look at it. He's had a good first half. Couple of threes for him. Leading all scorers with the 10 points. Here's Gary Brown looking to get a good shot off late in the half.
This is where you do not want to be as a defender.
Not the matchup he wanted. Couldn't finish. And that's half time. That's the Perth Wildcats. They got warm in that second term. They lead the South East Phoenix by 8 points. Bryce Cotton just with the 4 points in the first half, so that'll be the pleasing thing for John, really. They've been able to get some points on the board without their superstar really having much of an impact, but as you said, the 10 turnovers he'll be slightly frustrated with. Plenty of travels in those, and the Phoenix have had some good looks. They've had plenty of shots under the basket, just only going at 38% from the field. And they've got plenty of upside, as we said, still trying to find their offensive flow. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back to take all the action from the second half here at the Darwin basketball facility, and it's the Perth Wildcats leading the Phoenix by 8 points.
A sequel, months in the making. Summer in the NT. Why wait till December? Seek an early summer holiday in the Northern Territory.
Both teams back out on the floor, getting ready for the second half here at the Darwin basketball facility. The second of a doubleheader tonight. We'll take a look at the first half highlights. Adam Gibson, because the Southeast Phoenix looked like they were going well early. They jumped out. They got a few points on the board. They were looking to be aggressive. Gary Brown was doing a good job running the point. And then as the game went on, looked like Perth just started to find their groove.
Yeah, Mannix had a great first half. Obviously a slow first game, but he's come alive. Corey Webster's had some great looks. For the Phoenix, Brown's been exceptional. He's made plays. He's got to the hoop. He's been up and in defensively. Obviously we thought, Cotton was going to come out and go for 40. He's been quiet, so I think the Phoenix have done a great job on him. And the Phoenix have just missed a lot around the hoop. A lot of bunnies, a lot of easy ones that, they would normally make. So obviously if they start making some of those, it's a different ball game, but they just got to be strong and finish and complete the plays.
And Gary Brown's certainly been the best of the Phoenix players so far in the first half. He has the 8 points leading the Phoenix and also the 4 assists. And he's looking to be aggressive. When he gets into the paint, he can either finish or bring his teammates into it. He's certainly looking like he's ready for a big season.
Yeah, he has to, and especially when Creek and Brockoff and these other guys come back, that's his role. He's been brought in to be a floor general and make plays, and they'd be happy with how he's going. He's definitely starting to warm up. He hasn't been in the country that long and been around the guys for too long either. So he's starting to warm up. He's shown his craft. Has the ball on the string, can make some great moves and get to the paint. So he's got that 3-point shot down as well.
We just saw some highlights of Cole Zunic, the 23-year-old who's now on the full contract this season on the roster for the Perth Wildcats, and he's shown some good form in these 2 games in the Blitz tournament. He's looking to try and get some minutes, of course. No Mitch Norton tonight for the Perth Wildcats. No to Sean Thomas, the import out of the University of Oklahoma. He's out with an ankle. And Jesse Wagstaff as well, not playing for the Perth Wildcats. And your housemate Mitch Creek, he's just recovering nicely. He'll be okay, coming back from a foot injury, but he'll be geared up for a big season to try and lead his team back to the finals after missing last season.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fit and ready to go by round 1. Obviously the Phoenix have made a lot of changes. They brought in some different personnel, and they need to get back to the finals. It's obviously a focus. It's why they brought these guys in, and there'll be a bit of pressure there, just like Perth, to make it back. So I'm looking forward to seeing Mitch and those other guys back out there for the Phoenix to have a full roster and see what they can actually do when they're a full strength team.
What's the word on the Phoenix? What do they need to do to get back to the finals? Is it stiffen up defensively? Is that where they need to improve their game?
Yeah, big time. Defense is the area. We've shown over the years that they can score and put points on the board, but got to be able to guard and defend teams. So that's why Brown's been brought in. Alan Williams has been brought in to be able to do that. Trey Kell as well. He's meant to be the stopper. So defense is a focus. If they can lock down on that defensive end, offense becomes so much easier. So that'll be a focus. And if they can get that done, then they give themselves a real red-hot chance every game to win.
So it'll be Cotton, Majock, Brady Manek, Luke Travers and Todd Blanchfield starting the second half for the Wildcats. Luke Travers, after a slow start, started to get going a bit in that second term at the 5 points. Had another good look at a 3-ball that he's going to have to try and improve this season. Alan Williams, Kyle Adnam, Junior Madut.
Any bold predictions for Cotton this second half? He's been quiet. Phoenix has done a good job, but we all know that's probably not going to last.
We'll get the second half underway. Tarangi also in the lineup for the Phoenix. And Antasevich as Williams gets to his spot and then gets a good cut and a strong finish from Junior Madut.
Great play, great back up by Junior, and like you said, a strong finish. That's a tough make.
You mentioned that's one of the favourite plays for the Phoenix, that backdoor cut. It was used to good effect as Travers goes straight to the basket. He makes it look so easy. And a slight limp after that point, so just keep an eye on him. You don't take any risks with their young superstar. Well, he seems to be okay here. He's guarding Cole Adnam. And he sees Madut. Just a bit long on that one. Now it's Cole Adnam with the full court pressure. Gets the turnover, and then Madut couldn't finish. He wasn't sure whether to dunk it or finger roll, and in the end he did neither.
Great pick-up point, great defense there by Cole. Not renowned for his defensive pressure, but to be able to get a turnover in the backcourt, Junior's got to finish that one off. Again, another miss, another easy miss for the Phoenix in around the hoop.
Sure, it would have been something they spoke about at the half, finishing these type of plays as Williams, that rolls out. You've got a bit of a theory, don't you, about that ring at that end?
I did the right-hand side, but Adelaide, they scrapped that. See, Perth have put Bryce into the point guard position. He's obviously been quiet to get him more of the ball. They've started him as a point guard, so he gets to run the offense and get the ball back. So, interesting change there to start the second half for the Wildcats.
He gave Blanchfield a good look. Couldn't finish the three. Anticevic been aggressive most of the game, but his radar's been off. Can't get that to fall as Cotton will get it back and go to the rim himself. Good finish. Too quick.
Too quick. Too crafty. That throw and go, when you throw it to the big and come back off that handoff, that's some of the toughest actions to have to try and defend. So
Williams draws a crowd. So finds Madut. And again, just rimming out to start this third quarter. Not having much luck here, the Phoenix. And there's a beautiful feed from Cotton and Majuk. Too easy.
Great start by Perth. Putting Bryce Cotton in that point guard position. Just gives him the ball more, lets him feel comfortable, gets to set the table. Great screen there by Majuk and a great pass. Great left-hand hook pass there by Bryce Cotton.
That was his third assist. As Adnam goes straight back at the Wildcats. Good feed into Williams. And that'll get him going. He's up to 6 points. Missed a few around the rim in that first half, big Alan Williams, but that might just get him rolling a bit in this second half.
Might be starting to find his feet, the big fella, the big hammer. It's good to see him, finish. Phoenix has missed 3 or 4 already around the hoop, so great attack there by Cole Adam to the hoop and to find his big man rolling down the middle of the key.
Early substitution, the third turn. So Anticevic will come off. Smith-Milner will come back on. Bit of size for the Phoenix on the floor at the moment. So here's Cotton running the point. Mannix been good from long range. Thought about it. Hands off to Blanchfield. Now he'll try his luck. Manic for his third. 3 of the game. He couldn't get that to fall. Now the Phoenix get through their set. Tarangi. Now it's Smith-Milner, in fact, and he leaves that one short. Active hands from Tarangi. Thought he might have got it clean, but ref said it was a foul.
Pretty good D there, I thought, by the Phoenix. A little bit unlucky.
Michael Harris and Corey Webster check into the game, as does Corey Sherville. So we might see the coaches get a bit of the rotations happening in this second half, as the players just get their minutes right, get themselves set for a big season opener. As Sherville's way off.
Short on that follow-through was nowhere to be seen. See, the Phoenix have gone to pretty much a full denial on Bryce Cotton. Just as soon as he gives it up, just not letting him catch it back.
Here's Williams, gets it in the post, but a bit too aggressive from big Ollie Hayes-Brown. He showed some good signs in game 1. The young 22-year-old played the 8 games last season. Adnam fires from the baseline. That was off as well. Just again struggling to get their offense going in this third quarter as Sherville. Hands off to Harris, who loves to attack. That's a good finish.
That's a tough finish. He had a great NBL 1 season with the Now Gambia Pioneers as well. Tough player, can score in multiple ways.
And Tarangi goes straight at Sherville, gets the foul. We'll go to the free throw line.
That's what Ruben needs to do. He needs to get downhill, needs to keep attacking. That's his game. That's where he's best.
Four points and 5 boards so far for Ruben Tarangi. Williams up to the 7. And misses the first. And a bit of an issue, the free throws, just 5 of 9 for the Phoenix in this one. Still shooting at just 35% from the field. As we said earlier, they've struggled offensively this whole pre-season. Of course, they are missing some of their superstars. There's another travel.
Added to our list.
Turnover number 12 for the Perth Wildcats. Only 5 for the Phoenix.
You know, one of the greatest initiatives with the NBL was the cheeseburgers for 2 missed foul shots in a row. That by far has been the best thing. The pressure that that puts on.
Did you feel the tension when you'd missed the first?
100%. Even the best shooters miss under that pressure of giving away cheeseburgers. It's one of the best things the NBL have done.
Just the 6 points in this third quarter for South East Phoenix. Williams has been the man that's got them going. That's a strong finish. He's starting to warm up to 9 points.
Phoenix are running some great offense to get him into the post.
He's got plenty of good looks. There's a handoff from Webster. That's going to be another travel. So a couple in a row for Big Hayes Brown. And he'll come straight back off, so just a quick little stint for him.
Let's look to see if the Phoenix go back to Williams back there in the post. He's been doing, obviously has a mismatch down there. They run some great offense. Get the guard to turn out and then feed him in the block again. As they do right there, draws another foul. It's great offense. That's what you want as, as a scorer. If you just scored, you should run the same offense, go straight back to the well. Something works, drain it till they stop it, and when they stop that one option, then something else opens up. And I think the Phoenix are going to be successful. That's something they have to focus on.
Phoenix will take on the Sydney Kings on Wednesday night, their third and final pre-season game. They do go to the well again to Williams. He draws a crowd, so he kicks it out to Foxwell, who got a really good look.
This right end again. It might have. It might be back. Can't seem to hit any shots. Great looks though by the Phoenix. That's great offense. Get it back into your big fella. They have to send a double team and you get a wide open through on the wing to Owen Foxwell.
Unusual to see that Phoenix struggle on offense. As we said, they've always been towards the top end of the scoring. They're just struggling at the moment. Can Kyle Adnan, the skipper, get something going? Again, he wants to get into the big man. It's good defense from Manek. So swing it to Brown. Foxwell, it was a good feed, but Smith-Milner wasn't ready for it.
Great drive there by Fox. He's just got to slow down a little bit. Probably had a little floater. So he wasn't quite ready for that pass, but great drive.
There's Manek with the handoff to Cotton. Had hands everywhere, so Manek just cleans it up himself. He gets up to 9 points.
Throw it in there to the big fella.
Make it 11
There you
for
go.
Matic, and then another foul draws the foul.
Great, just great steals by Williams, and this shows why, if he can stay out of foul trouble, why the Phoenix wanted him. I know Mitch Creek was big on trying to get him. Obviously, they played together as well, but if he can stay out of foul trouble, I think this is a great sign for the Phoenix. He's a big boy down there, and he's tough to guard. So, and I love how the Phoenix keep going back to him.
When you're listed at 204 centimetres and 117 kilos, I think there's too many that are going to be able to stop him getting down to the block. He's got some nice touch as well. Gets himself into double figures. Former Phoenix Sun. And he'll come and have a well-earned break. Finish this third quarter. Zunic back on the floor, gives the hand off to Cotton. He hasn't got going in this game. Still on 6 points for him. Gary Brown wanted the foul. This time, steps into it. Short again. Manic with the hustle, a little handoff. And Cotton will get to the free throw line. He's frustrated. He just hasn't got the radar working like it was the other night.
You can't give him two wide open looks from the three-point line. That play before, Anasevic's got to get up there to the line of the screen and help contest that one, and then obviously in transition, you give him a wide open three. Phoenix dodge a couple of bullets there.
Starting to dominate on the boards now. The Wildcats, plus 10 in that category.
That's a Wildcats trademark right there. Win the rebound count, normally you win the game. So rebounds and free throws are crucial. You win those two categories and you give you a chance to win.
John really spoken about that. He wants his team to play fierce on defence and crash the boards, which some say is a bit ironic because he was the free scorer, but that's what he wants from his team, and I think he'll get that this year. As we said, looking to bounce back and get back in the finals after missing for the first time in 35 years. And they're playing some good basketball this pre-season. Anticevic gets inside. Heard that call from his bench that he was shot clock running down. He's just struggled to get the ball to drop tonight. As Cotton finds Travers, gave up the look, and oh, you guessed it.
He's got to shoot that one. I think he's got to let that fly. Like we said before, he can shoot the three, but it's not consistent. So he's got to shoot those ones and trust in his ability to make those shots.
Brown again. Thought he was fouled. He's going to get frustrated. He's got to be careful. He doesn't give away a technical. Blanchfield from the top.
Toddy's well overdue. Is that his first points of the game? First three of the game. It's good to see Toddy make a shot. He's going to have to step up this year. He had a bit of a quiet year last year, so all the attention's going to go to these other two guys. So he's got to step up and make some of these three balls.
It was his lowest scoring season since 2017 last year for Todd Blanchfield. Still got plenty of basketball left in him despite playing over 350 games, contracted at 2025. John really didn't like something he saw on the bench. As Madut takes it to the rim. Again, couldn't finish, but well done, Pinot. A second chance here for the Phoenix. Shot clock ticking down.
Nice. Great play by Dane. Gets the offensive rebound. That's what he does. That's what he lives off. Gets a great kick out. Sets a screen. Great finish at the hoop. Finally got a finish inside the paint by the Phoenix.
A game-high 10-point lead to the Wildcats. First time they've got it out to double digits. Webster, Blanchfield. Is he starting to feel it? Doesn't get that to fall.
Anticevic now with 8 rebounds.
Brown shown he's got that mid-range game. Gets another one to fall. He's up to 10 points as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Blanchfield again.
He won't miss that twice. Great move by Cotton, splitting screen.
And now Madut for the quick response. Air ball.
It's that hoop. It's that end, I'm telling you.
Of course, the Northern Territory hosting the Blitz tournament. That's going to be an offensive foul on Webster.
Great D by Foxy. He's a little hound, he's a little pest. He's quick, he's good with his hands, he gets up and in.
They might have to get it done on the defensive end here, Southeast. Just only the 14 points in this third quarter.
2 of 15 from 3 will hurt you a little bit, so it'd be good if someone can step up and knock down a 3.
Who is that? Who's their best three-point shooter on this roster? As Foxwell with the cut, finds Madut. Can he get it to fall? Not even close. He's way off with his last couple.
Ryan Brockhoff by
Yeah.
far is the best. Obviously, he's out. You know, Kyle Adnam, Antisevic can shoot the 3, and Brown. So, obviously, with your main three-point shooter out, you got to find other ways. But they've also missed so many easy shots around the hoop that they make those. The 3 ball doesn't matter as much.
They tried to trap Cotton, which left Zunic wide open. Blanchfield again. He's starting to feel it. That one just rims out. And he's going to get it back, though. Good heads-up play from Blanchfield, getting involved in this third quarter. Eight points all in this term. And now the Southeast Phoenix will have the last shot of this third quarter. It's a game-high 13-point lead. Can Brown get it going from long range? He can't. And that's been a bit of the story of the game for the Southeast Phoenix. They're struggling to get anything to fall. And the Wildcats at three-quarter time, they're in control. They lead by 13 points, and I'm sure John really liking what he's seeing. What have you made of it, Gibbo?
2 of 16 from 3. That's not going to win you many games. The rebound count, losing that by 10. So many easy bunnies in around the hoop. You know, they've had great looks, and they just got to get up and go finish strong. And turnovers. Lucky the Wildcats have had 15 turnovers, otherwise this would be a far bigger margin. But again, obviously the Phoenix are missing some key pieces, but they still had opportunities where they should have capitalised.
There's the rebound count you spoke of. 11 up in that category, the Perth Wildcats. Been crashing the boards. Brady Manick leading the way with 8. Majock and Bryce Cotton getting some boards. He's got a nice spread going tonight. Bryce Cotton, the 5 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds and 7 points. And there are the leading scorers. Alan Williams started to get a couple to fall in that third quarter. Gary Brown set the tone in the first half.
I think that just shows the class of Bryce Cotton. You keep him quiet to 7 points, but he has 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He's on his way to a triple-double. So, again, tough guy to guard, and it's good to see Toddy Blanchfield kind of open up and get a couple of points there that quarter. But yeah, for the Phoenix, they need to get some points, put some points on the board, and someone's going to have to step up and make some shots.
He looked good running the point in that third quarter, didn't he, Bryce Cotton? Was able to generate a bit of offense for his team.
Yeah, I think it was a good change-up. You know, obviously he wasn't getting much of the ball playing off the ball. The Phoenix were doing a great job to slow him down and limit his touches. But being a point guard, you have the ball the whole time. You call the plays you want. You run the sets that get you the ball back. So I think it was a great change-up by John Riley, and it got Bryce into the game. See, within 5 assists, that's a lot of playing the point. So yeah, great move.
These are some of the third quarter highlights. Bryce Cotton involved there with the feed down low to Majock, getting to the rim himself. Big Williams, all 117 kilos of him, were able to get to work a bit down low in that third quarter. Brady Manick's been pretty consistent right from the start of the game. So can the Phoenix get themselves back in it, try and get their first win of the pre-season? They're 0 from 4. Going back to the exhibition game against St Mary's. There's a nice look from Manick to the cutting Travers.
Great offensive set. All the attention was on Bryce Cotton, and I'm not sure who that was under the hoop. Fell asleep on Travers for that back cut.
Adnam had the little fumble, and then it Nice floater.
Cole Adams, the one I think for this team, this lineup right now, that can get hot, and he's an offensive threat. That's what he does. So I think he'll have a big last quarter.
That's going to be an offensive foul on Brady Manick. Zunic, Blanchfield, Travers and Cotton start this fourth quarter for the Wildcats. Foxwell, Madut, Antisevich, Adnam all on the floor for the Phoenix. So their season kicks off on Saturday, October 1. The South East Phoenix against the Jack Jumpers at John Cain Arena. Mitch Creek will be back for the season opener. And the Perth Wildcats will play on the Sunday at home at RACV Arena against the Brisbane Bullets. Both teams start to fine-tune for NBL 23. Can't wait for that. And keep adding that one to the book, Skibbo. We're running out of room on that page.
Another travel.
It's 12 travels, I think it is, for the game. And 17 turnovers for the Perth Wildcats. Adnam might have to be aggressive in this fourth quarter. He didn't like the call either.
Looked like a pretty easy call to me. He took it straight down the chest. Pretty standard play there by the Phoenix. A little reverse action. Dribble handoff to the wing. Gets it back to Kyle for a middle on ball. And Zunic played that really well.
Perth Wildcats will finish their blitz against Melbourne United on Wednesday. South East will play the Sydney Kings. Gary Brown will come back in. Ruben Tarangi. So Simon Mitchell turn to his experience.
I'd like to see Alan Williams get back out there. They had some great sets with him on the floor. Obviously it's pre-season. Probably trying to rest him and get him back into game shape, but a great presence down there for the Phoenix in the block.
The coaching staff will have minutes though planned, won't they, for each of the players individually, where they're at with their preparations. That's more important probably than the win-loss in this tournament.
Yeah, it's definitely more important than the win-loss. Obviously he's just come in not too long ago as well, so they'll be making sure they keep him nice and fresh.
Here's Gary Brown again, looking to push the pace, coming off the bench. Adnam, that's a good look for him. It's now 2 of 17 from three-point range for the Phoenix. That's been the story. Is some more good defense.
Cole Zunic's gone to the defensive school of Damien Martin. I reckon he's had an imprint until him as a defender. 2 charges in a row. That's Wildcats basketball right there.
Repeating the game earlier tonight, the Adelaide 36ers defeated the Jack Jumpers 87-79. Antonius Cleveland, 19 points in the opening term. He could not miss. He finished with 25 for the game. And tomorrow it's a doubleheader. The New Zealand Breakers will take on Illawarra. The Cairns will play the Brisbane Bullets. Aaron Baines looked pretty good in his limited minutes.
How good to see Baines back. He was having the absolute time of his life. Put a great game together. He was doing everything, talking to fans, refs, opposition. He was wiping the floors. Great to see him back in the game, and he's going to add so much to the league this year.
Mannix showed his range early in the game. Missed his last couple from beyond the arc. And of course, Nathan Sobey as well. Good as just get some minutes back into him. Coming back as well.
Absolutely. Coming back off injury. I think that was his first game. So he only played, I think, 8 minutes on restriction, which obviously isn't a lot, but great to see him back out there. If he can be fit and healthy and stay fit and healthy, I think Brisbane, they'll be a fun team and a tough team to watch as well, because they've done some great work in the off-season. Some of their signings are some great pieces.
Alan Williams back on. They go straight down to him, down low. Again, he finds the open shooter. Adnam just can't get it to fall either. Travis, nice move and good cut from Manick. Nice bit of chemistry between those two.
2 of 18 from the three-point line at 11% is not going to win you any game, I wouldn't imagine.
Brown, he might try his luck. That mid-range game of his Been very impressive. That's 14 points for Gary Brown.
I'm excited to see him play with Creek, Brockoff, Trey Kell. When they get their main roster back, he's going to have a lot of fun playing with those guys. The floor will be stretched. He'll have a lot more space.
Certainly been the most impressive Phoenix player in this game. Try and lead the Phoenix back into the finals, as will this man, Bryce Cotton. Still just the 7 points for him, so been a quiet night for those tuning in, hoping to see Bryce Cotton put on a show like he did Saturday night. Brady Manick cops one in the face. Been good, 13 points, 9 rebounds.
He's been solid after a quiet game. The first game is... I think they did a great job to start the game. They run and play for him, got a nice, easy look inside the paint, made him feel good. He's hit a couple of threes. He's been solid.
Just 24 years of age, playing his first year of professional basketball, so a different type of basketball for him, coming off the college career that he had. As Williams wants to take on Majok. He's been looking to feed it out to his shooters. Tarangi ran straight into Travers, who's a bit sore, and Williams thought, well, if none of the shooters can make it, maybe I'll have a crack.
That didn't work out so well. Get the big fella back in the paint, put him in the block. What's that, 2 or 20, 2 or 19?
Travers still sore after copping that big hit right in the midriff, so he'll get some treatment, come to the bench.
CJ Bruton sitting there courtside after a great win there by the Adelaide 36ers. He'll be excited about his roster and his team. As will Adelaide. I think everyone in Adelaide, they've been waiting for a good couple of imports, good couple of signings. They've got a great roster, and that city be up and about.
What do you make of the other Melbourne team, Melbourne United? How do you think they'll look to go this season?
Obviously a whole new roster. I haven't seen a lot of them, a lot of different pieces, but knowing Dean and how they run things down there, they'll work it out. But yeah, I mean, obviously early signs are a bit all over the place, so they need to establish some roles and work out where they want to go and who the point guard is. And obviously when Shaylee comes back, that'll help with that. So they got a lot of talented pieces. If they can work it out and play well together, they'll be tough as well.
Another turnover from the Phoenix. Wild pass from Antisevich. Williams is doing all the heavy lifting down low. Gave them another look. Just a bit sloppy there. Antisevich, he's done well on the boards, but just 2 of 9 from him. He's been one of the culprits, not being able to drain any of those 3-pointers. As you said, 2 from 19. And just 34% from the field for the Phoenix. Sherville hands off to Webster. Jock's going to try his luck. Yes.
That's the way the game's going for the Phoenix. Obviously, they can't hit anything. They couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. And Majuk's shooting threes from the top of the key.
Blown this one out. 16 points. So haven't been able to peg back the margin at all. The Phoenix. Williams has been most likely from the paint, and is it the Smith-Milner who draws the foul?
He's played a great game. He's been solid. Defensively, he's been really good. Obviously been a focus offensively, and he's making great decisions. So just a bit of a sign that, the Phoenix have it. Besides Joe Chi last year, to be able to throw that ball into the post and have a bit of a different target than, just playing on the perimeter and playing out of on balls, I think is great for the Phoenix.
Trailed by 8 points at the half, the Phoenix. Now it's out to 15 points. Of course, Trey Keller to come back in and play his first games for the Phoenix, and Brockoff and Mitch Creek as Webster. Had a nice little patch in that second quarter. We'll get it back and look to go to work on Adnam. With the step back, That's all class.
He's been doing that for years. Loves working off the on-balls, loves driving to his right-hand pull-ups. Obviously great to see him back in the league, and he's going to be tough. Him and Bryce Cotton, two offensive powerhouses that can score at any time. So there'll be a real handful for opposition teams to defend.
I think it will be a luxury for John really if Bryce Cotton is just struggling or getting tied down to turn to Webster off the bench, and he can find a bucket. Well, the Phoenix are still trying to find a bucket. Oh, Adnam just a little show and go. Nice little finish.
Not bad, but very, very classy Kyle Adnam. Loves a bit of flair, loves a wild pass. Wild Kyle, they call him. So great drive down the middle and great finish. Finally, we see a layup and a finish in the paint go down.
Zunic kicks it out to Harris. Speaking of buckets, this guy can score as well.
Been doing it all year for the Mount Gambier Pioneers. I think he led the league in scoring, averaged probably 25 points a game. Took him to the championship game in the south of the NBL 1, and just a great talent. It's great to see him get an opportunity.
Williams been called for the offensive foul. Just his second personal foul tonight. As we said, been getting in foul trouble throughout the pre-season. But he's working himself into some form nicely. Under 4 minutes left in this one. Perth have been in control since late in that first term as Webster gets an easy bucket.
Simon won't be happy with that. That's a breakdown. The Phoenix never want to give up back cuts, and Corey Webster's been doing that for years in New Zealand. So I'd imagine that'll show up on a game review scout probably tomorrow.
Still want to finish strong here for the Phoenix. There's a bit of that wild Cole. As Williams just throws one up there. It's in danger of getting out to a 20-point margin.
It's getting a little sloppy for the Phoenix.
Webster again, just way too easy. Helping himself to another couple of points. He's worked himself up to 15. And Simon Mitchell, as you said, Gibbo doesn't like what he's seeing. He's called a timeout.
Great weapon for John really to have Corey Webster coming in there with that little 1-2 punch. Like you said, if Bryce Cotton's not on fire or he's not having a good game, to be able to throw Corey in there to be able to get a bucket, that's what he does. He's done it for years. So play with poise, played slow, got off that on ball, had the defender on his back, and just nice little finish.
Are you concerned at all with the Southeast Phoenix from what you've seen, or again is it just simply they're missing their three scorers, and once they get that back in the roster, things might look a bit different? Because we take a look at some of the highlights from the third quarter, and while we know they've struggled offensively, they're just, as you said, got a bit sloppy on the defensive end this quarter.
No, I think they'll be fine. Obviously, you take out three of their starters, their main guy, Mitch Creek. That makes a huge difference. Guys are playing in certain roles now that they wouldn't normally in the game, so taking shots they probably wouldn't shoot. So, and again, the Phoenix have missed a lot of easy shots around the hoop. So add all that in, I think the Phoenix will be fine. It's just it might take a bit of time for them to gel, since they haven't played together for all the preseason. But throw in Creek, throw in Brockhoff. Brockhoff's underrated defender, great rebounder. He'll clean up some of those offensive rebounds that Perth are getting, and it's a different ball game. So I think it'd be more concerned about the finishes and all the shots they've missed around the paint.
Brown's been looking for that call most of the night. Not too many free throws for both teams, just 10 times to the strike for the Wildcats and 14 for the Phoenix. Brown, nice handoff. And Smith Milner at the finish.
Just a great... Oh, we've got a tech foul. What's that delay game?
They all seem a bit confused on who that was on.
I think that's a delay game.
Might have been against Gary Brown in the end,
Yeah,
who's
looks like it.
saying he tried to hand the ball to the ref.
A little unnecessary there from Vaughan, I would imagine. In a preseason game, he handed it straight back to the Wildcats player, but...
Glad you said it. I was just thinking the same thing. Is it really necessary?
Nah, Vaughan wanted a bit of TV time, I reckon.
An even 20 points. As we wrap this one up. As we said, the Perth Wildcats will play again on Wednesday night against Melbourne United before their season opener. Webster again, helping himself to some easy points, so they couldn't finish the layup. Hayes Brown working hard down low. Hasn't played as many minutes as he did the other night.
That action Simon wouldn't be happy with. A wide open, easy layout for Corey Webster as Brown takes a little knock to the knee.
Williams using that bulk to get down low, draws the foul.
He's been a handful for the Wildcats down there. Tough target, finishes strong. I'm excited to see him play.
I'm excited to see him go up against Aaron Baines.
Yeah,
Imagine those two big bulls down there.
That would be a battle. Both play for the Phoenix Suns.
The 11 points, 9 rebounds. Just going at the 33%. As you said, he's missed a lot around the rim. If he gets them to fall, he's having a big game. And that might see a couple of the imports out for the Phoenix.
If he can be a double-double guy for the Phoenix playing that 5 position, that's massive. Obviously, Joe Chi left. Yanni Wetzel the year before, 2 great 5-men. So if he can come in and fill that spot with Creek and Brown and Brockhoff, that'll be a tough little lineup.
Blanchfield started to get going in that third quarter. Moves out. And Williams still working hard, the big fella. Good hustle.
There's his double-double.
Adnam, finally, can he get one to drop? Hallelujah.
A little late, but that'll make the percentage look a little bit better than 11%, up to 14.
1 from 5 for long range from Kyle Adnam. Zunic, who made a couple early. They're ticking down to the final minute. Perth have been in control. Williams still working hard, going up against the youngster. A bit too much to handle for Hayes Brown, gives away another foul. Stay with us on KO Freebies tomorrow night. We'll do it all again. New Zealand Breakers will take on the Hawks. They had a good win a couple of nights ago, and then they'll be followed up by the Cairns Taipans, and Aaron Baines will be in action for the Brisbane Bullets. And that will see Williams out for the night. He'll finish up with...
When he finished with 12 points, 11 rebounds.
13 points, 11 boards, couple of assists. That'll be a Phoenix ball. Adnam, it's another one to fall. So 5 points for him late. He's ended up with the 14. Respectable night for Cole Adnam. As Webster goes down just off the ball. And that must have been a party shot from the Wildcats. Was waved away.
Solid night by Cole. Cole, I think he'll, that's what he does. He comes in off the bench, obviously looking to score the ball. That's kind of his role. So what's that, 14 points? Not a bad night considering all the shots that obviously haven't dropped. the shooting percentages haven't been great, but to come in and knock down 14 points is a solid effort.
Cole Zernick up to the 11 points, backing up the 9 points he had in the first game. He's putting his hand up for some minutes when NBL 23 kicks off in a couple of weeks' time. Can't wait for it. It's going to be such an open season. So many teams, new imports and new rosters. Now he's just starting to fill his boots.
Bit of garbage time.
Yeah,
run the numbers up a little bit. That's a smart, cagey move from a scorer. So he'll finish with 20, I reckon, by the end of in the next minute.
Zunic, one more from long range.
He's been tough.
He's played well. Got them going early. And pretty comprehensive by the Perth Wildcats. Phoenix missing some of their stars, still trying to find their rhythm on offense. And the Perth Wildcats, they do it without their superstar, Bryce Cotton, really having much influence in this game. And I'm sure Coach John really will be pleased. They've had back-to-back wins to start their Blitz campaign. They'll end up beating the Phoenix by 16 points after an 18-point win in the first game. So far, so good for John Riley.
Yeah, they'll be happy. Anytime you win a game without your main scorer kind of dominating, it's a great sign with how deep your team is and how many options you have. So for them to come away with this win, without Bryce dominating the scoreboard after his last game with 36 points is a great win. And obviously the Phoenix have some work to do. Their shooting percentages obviously have to lift, but you add in Creek and these guys that aren't playing, it's a real game changer for them. But good to see Alan Williams have a bit of an impact. Brown was good. But yeah, the Phoenix obviously have to shoot a lot better than 14% from the three-point line to be in any game.
Corey Webster ended up the leading scorer with the 16 points. Cole Zunic, as we touched on, the 15. Brady Manick really consistent with the 13 points, 9 rebounds. And Bryce Cotton, just the 5 assists. And a quiet night for him. But the Perth Wildcats, they get the job done here, the second of the doubleheader. Stick with us on KO Freebies over the next few days. Still plenty of action. And we're going to just show some replays. Just have a look before we wrap up how the Perth Wildcats got it done. It was Todd Blanchfield in that third quarter. Started to hit his straps with a couple of threes. And they spread the load pretty well, the Perth Wildcats, without their superstar Bryce Cotton having, as we said, much influence.
Yeah, they certainly did. Zunic was good. Manick finally got off. Travers was really good as well. So, again, it's great to see Corey Webster as well. Made some great plays. So, anytime you can have an even spread across the board, it's great for your team.
Out-rebounded the South East Phoenix as well. Cole Adnam was able to get a couple of points late, but she couldn't get anything going from three-point range to South East Phoenix. Corey Webster got a couple of easy buckets late. There's still plenty of work to do as both these teams fine-tune their form on both ends of the floor before they kick off their campaigns. Cole Zunic, the last 3 there to finish off. A really solid performance from him. As we said, Coach John really be more than pleased with what his team's been able to do. They get the job done. They win this by 16 points. Stay with us tomorrow night, the doubleheader. Plenty more action to come. Signing off. Hope you enjoyed the night. Goodbye.